Over the years, as a judge, when a man is brought before me, I think of the immense power that has been given to me by the people, by the state, and ultimately by God. I think of that man's family. I think of his children. I put myself in his shoes. And I realize that this man is searching for justice. But justice is two-way. It applies to the offender as it applies to the victim. However, there are instances where justice must be mixed with mercy. Without justice, there can be no peace in a nation, in a home, in any institution. And so justice is a central pillar in all aspects of our lives. And people go to great lengths and extents if it is not given to them. My name is Daniel Musinga. I'm a judge of the Court of Appeal of Kenya. I have been serving since December 2012. Before that, I joined the judiciary as a judge of the High Court in October 2003. God is the foundation of justice, and I believe that God has placed me here to dispense justice to His people. But for me, it began many years ago with my grandfather. Growing up, I went to school barefooted, no shoes, living in grass-thatched houses. And as a boy, I certainly had no aspirations of where I am today. Actually, my biggest dream was to do something to get us all out of poverty. My parents still live back in the village. We didn't have much, but we had each other. In many ways, things have changed a lot, but in many ways, they have not. My grandfather's house is still there, although he passed away several years ago. My grandfather was a godly man. Oftentimes, he prophetically spoke into the lives of his children and grandchildren. And one day, when I was a young boy, about 10 years old, my grandfather called me and he told me that he deeply believed that I would grow up to become a man of the law, that I would bring justice to many people. When he said that, I didn't quite understand because a 10-year-old child in a village who has never seen a judge, so I didn't understand at all. But he kept saying it all the same. And I know he loved me so much. But that's not the path I initially chose. My dad was encouraging me to study medicine, but my plan was to become an economist. And I can say this, all along as a child growing up, issues of justice were very dear in my heart. It's like God talked to me and said, remember your grandfather's words. That's when it hit me, and I realized that what my grandfather had always told me is what I wanted to do. And so I became a lawyer, and that was only the beginning. I was very passionate about bringing justice to the people. But quickly I became aware how dysfunctional the judiciary was. It was very corrupt, very inefficient, and lacked accountability. I even wondered whether I wanted to remain a lawyer. It's at that moment in time that I teamed up with other Christian lawyers and began to pray about the situation so that God would intervene and change the justice system. And indeed, He gave me an opportunity of greater influence. I was elected chairman to the second largest law society, and this gave us the platform to spearhead reforms that were so badly needed. As a result of the pressure that advocates in Mombasa and Nairobi were putting on the government to overhaul the judicial system, many judges and magistrates who were perceived to be corrupt and inefficient were suspended. And to my surprise, I was among the 5 members of a tribunal that was set up by the president to investigate the conduct of the suspended judges. And this is when I realized that God wanted me to play a much greater role in transforming the judiciary of Kenya. And shortly after the commencement of that tribunal, I was surprised when I was appointed by the President of the Republic of Kenya as one of the new judges to spearhead reforms in the judiciary. My grandfather told me the day I was appointed a judge, this is what God assured him when he told me that I would be a man of the law, that I would be administering justice. He believed it was a word from God dropped in his spirit. When I look back at my life, I think, Lord, why me? Why me to administer justice to these, and the time is really amazing. Amazing, amazing. We have a stanza in our national anthem that justice should be our shield and defender. And I can confidently say that that is being actualized across our country. And justice is being brought to the people. Of course, it's not perfect, but we've come so far. God has given me many other opportunities to impact the nation. And one forum is working with other leaders. And I can learn how to become a better leader. And I can help other leaders to use their power and influence to serve other people as my grandfather taught me to do. Impacting our families, communities, nations, and across the world. It's almost unbelievable that God has entrusted me with such a responsibility. It feels like almost sitting in the place of God to do what He has directed me to do. And I want to do it to the best of my ability to bring glory and honor to God. As leaders, we have to remember where we've come from. We have to remember what we've been given and to always strive to leave a lasting impact in the lives of others.